Thank you for purchasing the KLA replacement paddle shifters for your Lamborghini Gallardo. This video will demonstrate how to install the shifters in your car. But before we get started, you'll need to unplug the positive terminal from your car battery. Second, you'll need to prepare the following tools. 1. Regular socket wrench. 2. Small socket wrench. 3. Socket wrench extender. 4. 12-point Torx bit socket in size 12. 5. T25 Torx bit socket. 6. T15 Torx bit socket. 7. T8 Torx bit socket. And finally 8. The supplied T8 Torx key. Use a T25 Torx bit to loosen the airbag screws in the back of the steering wheel. Carefully remove the airbag and detach the cable and set the airbag aside. Use a 12-point Torx size 12 to remove the steering wheel bolt. Use masking tape and tape the steering wheel column covers up as best as possible. Make sure to apply the tape as deep as possible to avoid scratches. Use a T15 Torx bit to remove the 2 Torx bolts holding the covers. Move the turn/wiper stalks up, unclip, and slide the covers out. Remove the upper steering column cover by carefully wiggling and pulling it outwards. Once the cover is loose, have someone hold it up. Use a T8 Torx bit on a socket wrench to remove the 8 bolts on the top plate. Place your left finger on the left side of the paddle. It is spring-loaded, so you do not want the spring to pop out. Use your right hand to wiggle the paddle upwards. Remove the spring mechanism and insert it into the replacement paddle. Move the microswitch aside. Insert the new paddle into the plastic steering column cover. Make sure the plastic steering column cover goes over the wiper stalk. Align the mounting hole on the paddle with the metal mounting rod. You need to push down on the paddle and push in the spring-loaded mechanism at the same time to secure the paddle in place. Replace the microswitch. There is a small clip that holds the microswitch wire. Start by replacing the left top plate and then the right top plate. Make sure they sit flat and are perfectly aligned. Tighten the bolts circled in the red first. This part is a little more tricky. You need to lift the steering column cover at an angle to maximize the space you need to screw in the last bolt. Once you have the column angle correct, place the bolt in with your finger and use your finger to tighten it the best you can. After you are done, screw in the last two bolts. These take a bit of effort, so use the ratchet. Once the top plates have been installed, test the paddle by pulling it. You should hear a faint but audible click. If not, you will need to watch our troubleshooting video. Use masking tape and tape the top of the steering column covers. Carefully watch the remainder of this video section as it will demonstrate how to properly snap the covers back in place.
Stop.
Keep going.
You have 4 seconds.
It's not. Now, remove the masking tape. It is time to put the steering wheel back on. To make sure it is properly aligned, look for the small notch near the center hole of the steering wheel, and the small notch on the lip of the steering column. As you place the steering wheel back on, these notches should align. Screw in the steering wheel nut and torque it back to where the factory tamper paint marks align. Plug in the airbag and use the T30 Torx to screw the airbag back in. Don't screw it too tight as it will affect the horn. Now plug in the battery and you are now ready to go.